Alright, we are at the round of 16 game loading screen. This is going to be Sofanda Cox versus the Minion. Sofanda Cox's team consisting of Ipu Unicorns playing as Ramus, Generic playing as Brand, Call877 Cash Now playing as Talon, Cercio playing as Jarvan IV, Michael Bay playing as Gragas. I'm one half of your casters. I am Gandair, and casting with me is...
I'm RheingoldRiver, and the other half of the players is going to be the Minion playing on the right-hand side of the map in red. It is going to be C# Miner on Zed on Averted playing Zyra, Leona, Osai28 playing Leona, Blue Crate on Teemo, and rounding out their composition is going to be Hot Show on Galio.
There were some kind of picks and bans, but I actually lost them in the game remake, so I don't remember what they were. Well, I guess I remember what the picks are because they're on the screen right now. But the bans, you'll have to actually check the VOD description for the bans, or if you're watching this in the Twitch archive, you're going to go ahead and have to rewind on to before the game got remade, and check it out over there.
That was like an hour ago or something.
It's 30 minutes, 20 minutes, something like that. It's in there somewhere. But if you're a VOD viewer, you'll see it.
We do have everyone taking Revive this game. Last game, one of the teams did decide to go for Ghost. Revive, probably the better choice on Dominion. The way I like to explain it is that it's like having Revive and Teleport in a single summoner spell, except that the Teleport has an 8-second channel instead of a 4-second channel. It's pretty strong, with lots of mobility.
One of the things that I'm really interested to see in this game, because it doesn't come up too often, is people always talk about Talon versus Zed. They both fulfill a damn near identical role in the game, and they both do their damage a little bit differently than each other, I feel. I feel like Zed, his abilities carry him a lot further than Talon's do, and Talon's auto-attack damage carries him a lot further than Zed's auto-attack damage carries him. They're both just different kits of doing effectively the same thing, and it'll be really cool to see one on each team, how they both play against each other, and just in general, so we have actually a direct comparison. I'm pretty excited for that.
So, in all chat, one of the teams was saying that Teemo had 1,000 armor and MR again, and I was like, oh god, oh god, oh god! But he was just kidding.
The trolling the casters, they like doing that over here.
These trolls. You
ever see Dynov pick Vigor and then like hold on to it, and the timer goes to 0, and you think it's going to lock in, but then actually it's Jarvan? Man, that stuff, it's a little rough.
Well, they do both make little circles that you have to stand in the center of. Unless you have a QSS or cleanse or don't mind getting stunned.
Or just want to tumble out.
Well, for Vigor, you can sort of walk out of it.
Yeah. It's amazing for zoning. If it wasn't paper thin, it'd be really
scary. Osai didn't buy items, so he's going to lag a little bit out of the base, but looks like he is doing that just now. Starting out with a Kindle Gem, probably building it into a sweeper.
Once in a great while, you see someone start with no items and get a needlessly large rod or BF sword off the bat. It's very, very uncommon, though. Both teams heading up at the top. Jarvan, ooh, immediate airborne on unaverted.
The stun from Brand did miss, but it was enough to pick her up anyway. Ramus has rejoined after capping mid, and it is a 4v3 for the moment. Zyra did pop Revive. There's the puncturing taunt onto Zed. He's also exhausted, and Brand gonna pick that one up with a Pillar of Flame. 2 kills for him now, or 1 for him. And Leona being zoned a little bit. Teemo getting taunted again. There's the Pillar of Flame. Seer misses. Stun onto Jarvan. Meanwhile, Talon did capture the point. Jarvan going absolutely crazy here, gonna jump in, but he does get the kill on Teemo, so worth if he said it in all chat. He is running away. There's the rake from Talon providing the slow Shadow Slash.
Ooh.
Almost available for Zed. Razor Shuriken doesn't kill because of the exhaust. Good exhaust there. Ipu Unicorns gets the taunt down, and actually Zed does get the kill onto Jarvan over time. Looks like he was not gonna pop his Revive and just wait 20 seconds instead. So pretty quick fight for the windmill.
Jarvan almost escaping there, very, very close. As you said, that exhaust was just perfect, the timing on that. But unfortunately, that dot damage was enough to take him down. Good interception by Ramus as well, keeping them from being able to do that. I'm surprised Jarvan was actually able to get out of that fight initially, as that dive was very beneficial. Taking out Zyra early basically guaranteed them the windmill, because they had all that free time, and they were in that positioning here on the map. You can see me cursoring over. For any of you guys watching, occasionally I will point at things or click on things with my cursor, and pay attention to what I'm clicking on, because I don't always get a chance to verbally acknowledge it, but will pop up on the screen. Ramus coming around from the back. Looks like he wants to connect with Zed. Catches him.
There's the taunt onto Zed. Pillar of Flame comes across. He actually manages to get out with his Shadow Dash, Living Shadow. There is the defensive Garrison, but Rammus is going to fall. Brand misses the Seer. Talon actually having to ult defensively there. That is absolutely huge. Not going to have the onslaught of shadows anymore. Brand gets stunned a little bit by Leona. Leona picks up the kill onto Talon, misses the E onto Generic, and that is going to be the windmill going over to the Minion.
And Rammus and Jarvan in the middle of the map now. Neither one of them can really make a play for the top currently because there's just too many people up there. Looks like they're going to move around on the enemy side of the map, try to pick somebody up. Looks like they're going for, recalling Teemo. Free airborne taunt. He can't go anywhere. Silence on top of that. Eats 1 CC after another. Cataclysm boxes in Leona. A lot of damage on her immediately. She's stuck with nowhere to go. The Eclipse does mitigate some of that. And is Rammus going to be able to catch up to her? I don't quite think he's going to make it. The rake from Talon, yes, does make it possible. Pops the Powerball, picks the kill up on her. And now Zyra is trapped buck behind it. Zed engages on Rammus near the tower. Tremors is activated now. Generic Brand coming in to help out. And 4v1 on there. I don't like Zed's chance of survival.
Tries to get the death mark on Talon. He will be able to pick up that kill when it explodes. Rammus barely surviving there, and looks like Jarvan might actually fall. Teemo gets the kill onto Rammus, and that's a double kill for Zed. Seer hits from Brand, but he is completely trapped over here. He puts the Pyroclasm down, but triple kill coming down here for C-Sharp Miner. And I heard that Zed scales pretty well when he gets fed early on.
Zed can pick up some, what's that called? Zed can get ahead pretty good, but I mean, he's only got a... his gold advantage is on only about 500 or so, maybe 600. So that's an item or part of an item. I mean, he's not too far ahead. He's only got 4 kills. That can be managed going on later into the game, though, as long as they're able to make sure he doesn't get too much crazy. It's difficult to get fed in this game mode, but you'll snowball a little bit in the beginning, and then very, very late game is when you start seeing the payoff for getting ahead.
So Brand...
Nope.
Going down to bot lane, Rammus should be able to get a puncturing taunt. There's the Rake and the Noxian Diplomacy. Pillar of Flame hits. There should be more CC. They have so much CC. Pick up Galio, no problem. But Brand caught at the top. Leona does land her lance there. And on the other side, it looks like that's going to be killed. There is the taunt from Galio, Idol of Duren. A lot of damage. He does get silenced. Talon running away. The exhaust onto Rammus. He's going to fall. Meanwhile, Brand does still have the Storm Shield on, so a little bit more damage. He wants to get away, can't. Leona comes in. Can Gragas pick up the health? No, he's just going to try to run away with that body slam. Good grasping moves from Zyra. Will probably die as soon as the lance is back up from Leona, and cannot body slam. Zyra picks that one up.
Zyra's snare is one of the things that makes her very scary to deal with, because the snare, in combination with the plants, in combination with the airborne, she can CC for a very long period of time. And being in the bottom part of the map, they're going to go ahead and make that play for the bottom point. We'll see how they respond to this by the speed shrine on there in the map. It looks like they're going to respond by turning around, going 4 down towards the bottom. There's no one over at the finery. Explosive cast knocks everyone back, interrupts, and Gragas is caught by a stun.
Gragas caught there. Leona comes back. There's a Stranglethorn. Gets a knock up onto 3. Talon picks up 1 kill. The taunt onto Zyra just lasts for days and days and days. Rammus picks that up. Galio trying to run away a little bit. Zed is not here because he was in the top 1v1ing Jarvan. CV dropped by Brand. Not going to reveal. And looks like Gragas will be able to get the recap here. Brand trying to make a play for the other bot. Looks like he will not be able to. But Zed has come in.
And it looks like they're going to break off from that point. They're going to go for the play on it. Rammus with a recall, and Talon as well. Recalls on both sides of the map. Teemo isolated over here, but he's been doing a really good job of dodging everything that's been thrown his way so far. And he's going to not get caught by the Pillar of Flame either. The Seer is not going to stun him.
Damage over time, but the conflagration was enough anyway. So Brand did pick up that kill in the end.
Zyra
and
taking the Storm Shield.
Starting to do work. There's probably going to be a puncturing taunt onto Zed. He's trying to run away with his shadow, living shadow. Zyra gets a Q down, lots of damage there. Puncturing taunt comes down, and the first kill is going to be on Talon. Finally, Brand gets a shutdown onto Zed. Zyra doing a little bit of pain to Rammus, but he's just going to powerball away. And there is the Pyroclasm. Great splitting there. So Leona not getting hit by that at all. Fantastic split from Leona and Zyra.
They lost Zed in the exchange. Leona was weakened significantly, but they didn't lose the tower, and that's the important part. Even though they did take all of that damage, and they had sort of a bad exchange, they mostly won that fight, because they still are in control of the point. Neither team was not able to get a foothold on it at all. Rammus, first one back. Looks like he's actually going to go down south, it seems. Looks like he's going to go down for a gank on Galio. We'll see how that plays out. Talon taking the Storm Shield in the center of the map. Powerball does wear off. Galio retreating towards the enemy tower, and Rammus uses that opportunity to turn around the other way.
Good juke from Galio, using the vision to his advantage. I think that Talon being in the center of the map gave him a sort of a false sense of security. IP Unicorns trying to capture. Oh no, the E misses from Galio.
Not quite close enough to contact him and interrupt.
Though, Teemo falling to Talon. Garrison was used. Zed puts his ultimate down with the death mark. He's going to get exhausted though. I don't actually know if Talon will fall, but the Triangle Thorns isn't enough. Zed picks that up with the death mark, and there's Jarvan also falling. Brand now getting chased away from the point, and it looks like he will defend it successfully. Ball and Garrison did just expire. There's the taunt onto Galio, trying to pull him away from the point. Great job by Rammus, but he's not quite enough. Galio picks up that kill and just needs to clear away the minions now.
Brand trying the spot for the enemy team. Generic slowly moving through the jungle on his side of the map. Does not want to reveal himself in anyone's place for too long, knowing that there are many members of the enemy team out, and his allies are still quite a distance away. Zyra with the plants, he knows she was somewhere nearby at one point.
So Minion needs to deal with these minions in top lane, but they are sending 2, and that is leaving bot with a numbers advantage in the other direction. Teemo getting caught there. The EQ jump gets a blind down. Driving in a tank tower, gets it with a Dragon Strike.
And Galio being zoned away by Brandon Gragas. His members of the team, Sofanda Cox, are able to sit there and get a lot of capture on the tower before being interrupted by Zyra.
Oh, wow. So he barely gets it with his passive there. I almost thought that Brand wasn't going to pick it up, but he landed the Seer, and with that, they get the quest objective.
This is going to give them the damage increase and a little bit of extra Nexus health damage. On the other side of the map, Rammus by himself on a tower. Things don't look so good for him. Unfortunately, he is taken out. However, Generic's Brand is on his way to the point now and will be able to zone them back away from that. He does do a lot of damage and can easily kill Zed if he's able to connect. And looks like he's actually going for it here. Seer doesn't land, unfortunately, and Zed is able to jump away.
Talon is here. He one-shots that with his ultimate. Leona a little bit caught. She uses her exhaust, and looks like that might buy her enough time, but her Eclipse has expired now. She's trying to run away as much as she can. Teemo comes in with a blind, doing a little bit of damage there, also with his talking shots. Rate comes across from Talon, and oh wow, great combination there of ultimate between Brand and Jarvan. The Cataclysm forcing them to take all of the hits of the Pyroclasm. Fantastic synergy. Bot lane though, Gragas is going to fall, and it will be the top point exchange for bot.
That combination up top was absolutely amazing. Jarvan throwing down that, boxing everyone in. Perfect lineup for Brand to be able to deliver his damage. Those are two characters that synchronize very well with each other. One, because of Pyroclasm, as you saw, and secondly, it also benefits Pillar of Flame much in the same way, in that he can drop that on everyone who's inside of it. Excellent play at the top point, enabling them to turn that around. They lost bottom in the exchange, unfortunately, but they are still up now in tower captures, the 3 versus the enemy team's 2. They have a little bit of a Nexus health deficit, but if they can hold on to this, it shouldn't be any problem for them to turn that around.
Rammus powerballing in. Living Shadow from Zed. He wants to use it to juke, but he is going to be taunted for days and days and days. Jarvan comes in, gets a knockup. Zed actually going to ult there, putting the death mark. Not going to be quite enough damage though. Pillar of Flame coming down from Jarvan. The bleed should be enough to take out Teemo. Shroom is here, and Jarvan picks up the kill with Dragon Strike. Rammus still powerballing, but he might have overextended a little bit here. Leona jumps in. Zyra taken very low by Jarvan. Rammus is of course going to live. Pyroclasm comes down again. They do. Oh, the plant! Zyra's plant killing Leona there.
The plant has betrayed her team. The plant is Spy, I'm pretty sure. Unaverted, being chased away from the top, very low on health. Is that Brand? Yes, that passive is going to kill Leona as, or not Leona, excuse me, Zyra as well. Only you can prevent forest fires.
I was like, wow, Zyra doing a great job of splitting again. Oh, the plant. Bot lane though, Zed picks up a kill onto Talon.
Forested. Bottom lane, Gragas is going to recall. Zyra is going to take the Storm Shield. Zyra with the Storm Shield, very unfriendly. Don't want to run into that if you can avoid it. Rammus goes with the Powerball, has it activated just in case they're able to catch someone. Unfortunately, not able to do so.
Hextech super used in the mid area. Rammus does not get caught in the grasping roots. Will be spotted out by the plant.
And that damage from the Storm Shield being chained over from it, too.
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons that makes Zyra with the Storm Shield so scary. Oh, is able to connect with Zed. Lots of damage on him immediately. Zed gets sent back to the summoner platform. Leona by herself, her ally's a long way away. She's going to die as well. Now it's 4v2. Zyra throwing down the Airborne to try and get away, but Boston by the Cataclysm, she has no way to escape.
So I heard that puncturing taunt lasts for a while.
I heard that stunned Teemo's face was not very friendly to him either. Puncturing taunt, holding him down. The Cataclysm able to keep Zyra from retreating. Teemo taking that stun. And Sofanda Cox's team very convincingly winning that fight. And they are going to pull a neutral on the drill. Generic's Brand taking the time to get away from the point and intercept Leona before she's able to save it from the neutral.
So well played by Brand there with the stun. Puncturing taunt onto Zed. He's just going to run away a bit. Talon is here. Deathmark onto Talon. But the Rake comes across. A lot of damage onto Galio. Good shield. The Bulwark from Galio. Explosive cast to save Talon's life there. And he's just going to check the bush for some... or actually get checked there. Trying to run away. He should be able to get the health. Galio is here. Has Idol of Durand. But it's not enough. And the Bulwark is not enough. Talon does a lot of damage too, guys.
Ooh, Pyroclasm at the top is able to pick up the kill against Zyra, chaining through plants and Teemo to get to its intended destination. Teemo blocking this off with the mushrooms. However, Generic knows they're there. He has the Hextech Sweeper with him, which is going to help him out a lot. Zed from behind, though, is able to put a lot of hurt on him immediately. He is able to fall back, though, with the help of Talon. And now Teemo, dangerously low on health, is going to have to pop that move quick in order to get away from that. Rammus, those are speed bumps, Rammus. It's bad for your frame if you run over those.
But it doesn't matter too much. They can repair it later in the well. And they do get the kill. I was really hoping that Talon would Noxian Diplomacy to a creep. And then...
You're looking for the jump up and rake? Yeah.
Yeah.
I was expecting that too.
And also I just realized that I've gotten his abilities backwards. I of course mean Cutthroat. I was hoping he would Cutthroat to a creep, but he had his rake on cooldown, so he couldn't do it. I was sad. So, Jarvan getting jumped in. Looks like there's not going to be too much of a fight here in mid lane. Galio fighting Gragas in the bot lane. There is a quest in bot, but everyone is at the top because the windmill is neutral for the moment. Stunlands onto Zyra. There is the ult onto Brand from Zed. Puncturing taunt, though. He's not going to be able to get any more damage, and the Deathmark will not tick for quite enough there. Talon pretty low, zoned away. Cataclysm is active for Jarvan. Solar Flare did come down there. And the shutdown onto Jarvan. Talon out of range for that. Leona lands. Taunt onto Zed. He's just going to back up and take the top point. Jarvan did revive along with Talon. Or not along with Talon. But Jarvan revived along with Brand, looks like. So he should be able to retake this. At least get the neutral off.
That Minion really hates Michael Bay. Beating up on him while he's trying to channel, but he is able to pick up the neutral. Zyra and Leona both coming down in response to him being there. Generic tries to stop them, but unfortunately was not able to do so. However, Talon in at full health and mana now from behind with the silence does a lot of damage to Zyra immediately, throws down the stealth to help facilitate his own escape there. And now Generic, bad things happening to him, caught with the Zenith Blade, the stun applied. He gets a free trip back to the summoner platform.
And top lane, meanwhile, Jarvan did get the knockup onto Teemo, but Teemo put a great shroom in between them and did enough damage to Jarvan. Looks like he will pick up the kill now with the Blackfire Torch Bleed. Oh no, not quite,
nope,
not quite.
Just barely. Gragas defending 1 versus 2 down on the bottom. However, the stun from Leona, very strong. Explosive cast, good use of that to clear the area. However, the Zenith Blade chases him down. Solar Flare. Gragas is going to get sent back to base, and oh, just barely starting the capture on that tower to keep it from shooting at Leona, keeping her alive and able to pick up the health relic. Gragas with the revive, not going to get the revenge kill. Idle Durand, unfortunately, does not connect the way it needed to, and Galio is going to fall.
top. Meanwhile, Zed is trying to fight 1 versus 2. Cataclysm comes down, saving Rammus' life there. Great job by him. He's going to Living Shadow out. Rammus is here. Don't walk on the Shroom. Don't walk on the Shroom. They exchange kills, and Jarvan is now the one to start rechanneling the Windmill.
Bottom part of the map, counter push, defensive garrison, and solar flare on generic. He is going to take a lot of damage, but is able to easily kill Leona. With Zyra dead, they're going to go for the neutral on this as quickly as they can. They are going to get that. Galio thought twice for a moment about starting this fight, but the explosive kick is going to force him into the engagement anyway.
Body slam forward, and Kia actually will fall to Galio there. Pyroclasm comes around, gets the kill, or he gets the kill onto Gragas, falls to Brand. Leona taken pretty low. She's close to her summoning platform anyway. Top lane, Jarvan diving in. They have the point, so a lot of extra damage. Punching out onto Zed. Zed does pick up the kill, but Teemo and Zed will both fall to Rammus. And Rammus just going to add insult to injury and clear out the Shroom.
Rammus, highly underrated for his ability to go up and kill 3 people or 2 people all of a sudden when they're low on health. Tremors does a lot of damage. You have to be aware of that. If he can get engaged under a tower like he did there, it's very easy for him to clean things up. Talon, barely alive for an extra couple of moments, but between the combination CC from Zyra and Leona, he's not able to sustain through that. Gragas looks for Galio and finds him. Idle Durand activated is going to do some damage to them, but there's really no allies on his team that were able to follow up with any additional DPS that might have actually killed them in that engagement. Explosive Cask was used, but that's also not going to take him down either. He does have quite a fair amount of MR, so Gragas was not able to put them down. And the clock ticking down now, it looks like Sofanda Cox is going to win this game.
They are trying to capture top turret right now, but the Windmill will not be enough, and that is going to be game, so it will be Sofa NBA Cox moving on to the next round. I think do they fight Hazel from Child Support?
They fight someone. I don't know. We'll have to take a look at the bracket. Bring it up in just a moment. Guys, Blackfire Torch is a pretty good item. I'm just putting that suggestion out there.
So it looks like they're going to be fighting We're Pretty Much a Big Deal, and the winner of that match will move on to fight the winner of Pays Level and Child Support and Dominion Nation.
Take a look at the post-game lobby screen here. Ta-da! And take a look at the items. Take a look at the graphs real quick, and then we'll put this next game together. I swear, guys, there is a round of 8. Don't worry, we'll get there. Take a look at damage dealt to champions. Blot! Generic's Brand came to play this time around. 34k. Ahead of everyone else by about 1,000 to 2,000, depending upon a few people. And Graveyard Hero for this game was Teemo. Teemo was the Graveyard Hero of this game. We're going to cut to a commercial real quick, and then we will bring you the next game as soon as I find out where Romantic Jaguar put it.